Colleagues, we are starting. Colleagues, I'll start with Advocate Tipanyani. Then it will be Advocate Kaimani, and the last candidate will be Advocate Kwanega. Please. No, I mean, no, all right, no, please, let's subvert our agreement. But agree that this is the order we're following. Right. All right, thank you. All right, so let's start. Advocate Tipanyani. Anyone wants to go first? No, we're now dealing with the last three candidates. Yes, the order that they appeared for us, right? Oh, we follow the same sequence. Oh, no, it's fine. Thank you very much.
Just a clarity. If we start with him, what do we do? No. To his, express whether he should eliminate him or we express he should be considered for.
When if you motivate for him to be considered, so be it. If you think it's not someone you would prefer, and then in the end we'll then vote. All right? Okay. So we start with the African National Congress, right? Yeah. Honorable Sabi.
Thank you, Chair. I found Advocate Tipanyani Sidiso to have had an in-depth understanding of the role of an executive authority, especially within the context of a chapter 9 institution. For me, he's an all-rounder and has a vast experience in that environment of a chapter 9 institution, demonstrated confidence and the ability to execute this mandate or PPP. However, Chair, I had a challenge on some of the questions. For me, it was a bit broad and generic on some of the questions. He didn't give me a clear approach on issues of how we address challenges on the PPP and improve the functionality PPSA. He lacked a clear plan, according to my observation. And I think, like I indicated earlier on, for me, this was a very critical question that came for the candidates. So at this stage, Chair, I would submit that we put him aside for this decision. Thank you, Chair.
He should not be considered.
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Advocate Linda.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I found the candidate to be wholly unsuitable. He had a shallow to zero understanding of administrative law, which is an essential understanding for that job. He talked very, very much, but he said very, very little. And he had difficulty remembering the things that he relied upon his quotes. So I found him wholly unsuitable.
Thank you very much. Honourable Margaret.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the office of the PPP is in desperate need of someone who does not remain like it. The institution really needs a fresh start, an opportunity to regain its credibility. Even the slightest reactions and connections to reactionary organizations such as the Restorative Foundation will pass aspirations in the office. We acknowledge the fact that Advocate Tibayani himself says when we realized there was something wrong, he resigned from the board. But Chair, we don't want anyone in the future questioning reports of the PPP. As George Sorrell's report, because he was linked to them before. Also, Chair, anyone who does not have the confidence to comment on high-profile matters with conviction may struggle with such cases. He struggled a lot when we asked him questions about some of the high-profile. And also, he didn't fully prepare. He was asked about the APP, he was all one thing. So those are the basic things we do to prepare for the interview. We want to know what is the APP with the annual performance of the institution. I don't think he did take this interview very seriously, and therefore we support that he must not be considered. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. I think we all agree that the top three candidates that we're discussing now have performed better than all of them. I will only highlight one reason why I think he should be eliminated at this stage. Because there was a reference to his changing of jobs now and then. And to me, he did not give me a specific answer. Instead, he opted to leave that to me to say, you think for yourself, if you become a job offer, then they behave that way. Yet I expected a leader like himself to convince me that he is committed to public service and him changing jobs doesn't mean anything except to say anywhere because he didn't actually respond to that. So he must be eliminated.
Thank you very much. Honorable Janji.
For very strange reasons, I support Honorable Brighton.
Is alliance developing here? Honorable Evan.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think there's two reasons why I agree that Advocate Tibayani should be eliminated now at this point. First is that he lacks real investigative or adjudicative experience. And the second is that I think as an administrative authority, he over the years tended to encroach on the domain of the executive authority, and I believe what we need now is for a public protector who will bring no potential for internal controversy to the office. Thank you.
Honorable Vessels.
Thank you, Chairperson. I agree that he is not suitable. I was worried about his comprehension of legal principles, especially the principle of legality. And I think I don't think he's suitable for the position, so I agree with the colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Mananiso.
Thank you, Chair. Without wasting time, I agree with the colleagues. Thank you.
Honorable Soma.
Chair, thank you very much. While agreeing and aligning myself with my colleagues, but also the intention of the interviews is not to destroy a person. We must also highlight the points and areas where I think that he was good, such as the better understanding and appreciation of the Chapter 9 institutions, and also vis-a-vis the executive authorities, where he had a fairly good understanding of that. And of course, he demonstrated a high level of confidence in his ability to execute the PPP role and lead that office. However, if you come to an interview, you would ordinarily, as an assumption that you will know better if you are in that space, that you must know the business plan and the budget and the AG's issues as well. But this, and also how are those areas of concern that would have been raised by AG, whether they are financial or predetermined problems and objectives that you have, how you will turn around the situation. And that's where, for me, really short on that.
Hence, then my alignment with my colleagues that he must be eliminated as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Soma. Honorable Kwanish.
No, I support colleagues that he must be eliminated, although he was very articulate and confident, but he was very evasive when asked how, the how part. He was very evasive, and I generally found that as a person who's going to be an executive authority, that is very concerning.
Thank you very much. I think we had down this candidate. We can then move to the second candidate. I'll tell you when to take the next break. Right. Let's go to the next candidate. Who wants to come in first? Guys, it's sequence. What is it? All right. Anyone to start? Honorable Tapu.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I think generally Advocate Nominate had an excellent interview, was well prepared, answered most of the questions so well. And there was a demonstration of leadership capabilities. Earlier on, we spoke about the parliament. She was good in that regard. And she understands the role of PPSA, institutional mandate, and the point that I took home was the question on newly developed ideas and innovations since she came to the previous interviews in 2016. There was nothing in that regard. She couldn't bring anything forth new. And like I have said earlier on, some of the things with time they catch up with us as people, as individuals. She got thrown off balance with the question that came from the earlier SSA. She struggled really to locate her role in that regard. She denied most of the things there. And Honorable Horn, I think he went and pinned her to say, but how can things happen? And you deny and you were not involved, but you were there. So she denied some of the things, critical stuff that she was asked. She maintained that there was good governance during her tenure, but there was an indication that the repurposing of the institution was done while she was there. And she kept on denying. So that for me was it gave her a lower ebb of how she started. And in this regard, Chair, I found it deemed that I declare my position on this one that she is also not suitable for appointment. That really threw her out of balance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, she wanted us to credit her as a person of good governance, controls, and all that. But when she was taken on that, especially as it relates to her work when she was in the SSA, she, in fact, about even the things that happened, that should have happened under her watch, she started backpedaling on that one. All right. Honorable President.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Yes, I also found this candidate to be unsuitable. She was evasive and in denial with regards to her history with the State Security Department, and I found her to be very verbose with not a lot of content.
Thank you very much, Honorable Maudre.
Thank you, Chair. I think Advocate Money has got strong administrative capabilities. However, the PP needs someone well versed with ordinary legal matters faced by our people. And it needs somebody who is able to stand up to government bullying in defense of the constitution, irrespective of who you are. So she didn't quite convince us that she possesses these capabilities, and we're able to pick up from her that she's a person who would resist the state kept by those who seek to defend a particular individual or interest. So I think in those bases we should not consider her the position of the people. Thank you.
Not considered inconsistency.
Thank you, Chair. I agree with my colleagues, except to say for me, she didn't demonstrate strong leadership character throughout. So that for me then kicks her out. That's
Thank you, Minister. And Honorable Judge.
Thank you, Chair. Without repeating, I am in agreement with the sentiments shared by colleagues, except to add one of the concerning things that I picked up for that institution is that we need to avoid securitizing that institution. And that's exactly what she brings. And it's not healthy for that institution. So she's not appointable for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ron. Thanks, Judge.
Thanks, Chair. I agree with colleagues and I'm covered by the reasons I forwarded.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vassos.
Thank you, Chair. I also agree with colleagues and I'm covered. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mananiso.
Thank you, Chairperson. I think one agrees with everybody to say that Member Muvango is actually vested in terms of the structural system, how the space works, and so on. However, she is not suitable already to occupy the PP office. So I fully agree with her elimination on this part. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mananiso. Honorable Lesoma.
Chair, thank you very much for the opportunity. Safe to say, Chair, one is that she did respond to all the questions, but the questions that were asked by Honorable Horn, yes, I think he was off balance in terms of the HR and her role within that space within the SSA. For me, then, my level of interest we had then just went down. But having said that, Chair, if you look at the previous, because one did also had time to look at the previous interviews, one would have thought now, coming as with a new mind, will also assist us in terms of turning around the situation and also bringing back or bring innovation, as it were, in terms of the challenges that engulf the public protector as an institution. And for me, then he was a little bit bankrupt. And I will align myself with my colleagues as they presented themselves. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Solomon. Honorable Mamakonisha.
Chair, I agree with my colleagues.
I like that. Thank you. So, not considered. All right. Let's then move to the next candidate. Who wants to go in first? Devil is it? Or you want to go in first? Anyone else want to go in first? All right. I thought Maudre wanted to go in, come in first. I didn't want to deny the opportunity to catch the ribbon. Honorable Klabe.
I don't know why they're saying ANC because you are all members of the committee here. Anyway, Chair, yes, no, I will lead from the front. Chair, Advocate Koleka Kaleka. I think she also had a very excellent interview and was well prepared. For me, I remember they even spoke about the Honorable Chanji. She's among the youngest, but exhibited high levels of confidence and bravery for me, with wealth of experience in your legal practice. Advocate Koleka Chair provided a clear approach of improving accessibility for office of the OOP, and I just indicated on previous candidates, but for me this was very important. In fact, she has moved in that regard. We can credit that to the fact that she's 18, and it would have been a surprise if she wouldn't have any plans in place of having already, like she indicated, certain to put processes in place to strengthen the work of PPSA through continuous training development, stakeholders management. She even indicated that they are currently working with your University of Cape, for an example, in those regards. She demonstrated a good temperament share, which is a very critical requirement, like I've indicated. Now that the character also says a lot. I have spoken on 2 occasions about previous candidates that there are questions that would normally dislodge a person. She stood her ground on questions that you would thought they would have a set of put her off balance. She demonstrated bravery and stood by her decisions. 2 questions that came for me that was very excellent on responding. And something like that. And for me, Chair, it's clearly demonstrated a clear vision for the Office of the Public Protector within the confines of its mandate. So I would say, Chair, Advocate Koleka meets all the requirements for the position and has demonstrated clear conceptual understanding of the mandate and the work that she's currently doing to support your and strengthen constitutional democracy. So I would therefore, Chair, submit here and propose that we recommend her that she be given the opportunity to implement the plan that she had already started for the Public Protector South Africa. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Advocate Renica.
Shame, Chair, your eagerness has now caused you to lose your head.
The process is running very well.
Yes, until we got here. I can scarcely believe that we're talking about interviewing the same person. I found Advocate Koleka to be wholly unsuitable for the post. She has a burden of baggage that I don't think can be properly dealt with. I don't think that she answered questions entirely frankly. And I don't think that she has demonstrated in the position as acting public protector that she has sufficient experience to take over the top job. So we will not be supporting her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Advocate Bredenbach. Honorable Mawutwe.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, what is more disturbing about the acting PP is that She knew she had ambitions to apply for the position of the PP, and she accepted to act on it, and knowing very well that she wants to take over that office. The reason why the PP's term is 7 years and non-renewable specifically says that you don't have ambitions of coming to continue. So if I were her, an honest person, she should have said, I've got ambitions to take this position and therefore I cannot act. And even worse, Chair, she takes responsibility of overseeing investigation into the Palapala farm when she knows that the primary person of interest in that case is the President of the Republic. Now, there's something called quid pro quo, something like that, a favor for a favor. So if I find this person that he has not done wrong, it's a favor I'm doing in return, he must then do me a favor by appointing me. That is what has been created out there, Chair. She's not an honest person. We asked her about the cash transaction, which she says it was not part of the mandate. But when she was doing interviews, she said there was definitely a sale transaction. She even cited that she had an invoice and that. So she's not different from the one who came before her, who said we need to contextualize matters. So I think because of her dishonesty, which came out very clearly, I mean, her report on page 11 and 241, which is what I cited to her, clearly says that there was a private cash transaction. And it's evident in what she also said in her interviews on TV. I mean, it's all over. Comrades can go and check it. So when the situation is like this, she says this. When the situation changes, she says a different thing. So the person like that is far much more dangerous for a young democracy of our country that we have. So she's got a cloud hanging over her head, Chair. And to give her the office of the PP with the cloud hanging over her head, it's suicidal. But also, it's something that we, all of us, have got a duty to say, not in our names, not in our country. We have a young democracy. We have a duty to protect this democracy. And a person who comes across as following where the wind goes is not suitable. So as a result, Chair, we do not support Advocate Kale. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to say Makwanish will take the place of Klape. I was trying to give that order, hence I, for some reason, omitted Advocate. No, it was not out of excitement. To say, please be ready after Inkosi, because Inkosi tells us because Honorable Klape has spoken. Ndabezitha?
Thank you, Chair. I think I should begin by saying that I've been part of this process from the beginning to the end as we conclude today. I listened to all the candidates and when they present themselves, and also when they were answering questions that were posed to them. I also asked specific questions to them, trying to bring up what I think this committee needs to make an informed decision as to who to recommend. The candidate in question, Advocate Galega, for me, she showed so much of self-confidence and strong leadership. It came when she was presenting during the interviews, and she demonstrated deep knowledge and understanding of the ins and outs of the office that she is occupying already. She was very insightful in that regard. Not only did she demonstrate her knowledge of the office, but also the socio-economic challenges that our country is facing. Also, for me, she was not necessarily here to convince us to think that she's a good person for the job, but she confirmed that already she is there and we should not look any further. She demonstrated abilities to work independently and also playing within a team. And I do also want to allude to some references that were made to her what you call political involvement with the ruling party ANC, actively so in the past. And I noted, however, that personally, as a member of this committee, I didn't see that putting her in any compromised position, as she explained herself, to the effect that for almost a decade now, she has not been an active member of the ruling party. So I think, therefore, I will consider that she be considered as the public protector.
Thank you very much, Ndabezika. Honorable Kwanisha.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think we must start by answering the question, what was the intention of the legislature in creating the position of the Deputy Public Protector?
Sorry,
Can
yes.
you be protected?
Okay, over to you. You are protected, sir.
No, Chair, Chair, I think we must answer the question, what was the intention of the legislature in creating the position of the Deputy Public Protector? In addition to assisting the Public Protector in his or her absence, the Deputy Public Protector would be an acting Public Protector. Therefore, I don't agree with my sister, Honorable Maudo, that she should have disqualified herself to say she will not act. Then if she does not act, what was going to become of that office in the absence, when Advocate Mkhwebane was suspended? So I don't think it's fair on Advocate Talega. She executed her legislative duty. I also agree with Nkosi Buthelezi, Honorable Buthelezi. I think what we would be doing here is to ensure that we are really implementing a proper succession plan, that we have a person who has grown organically within the institution. And if you couple that with her performance in those interviews, she performed very well. She performed very well. All of us would have mistakes there and there, but we are not here to elect saints or to appoint saints. But I do think that Chairperson, she's got an ability to grow within the institution. She was able to answer specific questions about implementation in a detailed way. And I think she was the only candidate who did that. I will support her candidature.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kwanisha. Honorable Horn.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The Constitution requires that whoever is proposed for appointment by the National Assembly must be fit and proper. So I think as a committee, determined early on that whilst the requirements set out in the Public Protector Act around experience and positions held would be a basic entry requirement. That doesn't encapsulate everything around the fit part, the fitness part. And in that sense, I think the interview of Advocate Kaleka unfortunately exposed serious deficiencies. She, of course, interviewed in the context of having been the Deputy Public Protector and the Acting Public Protector. And in that regard, the fact that she's of the view that a Public Protector would have a discretion as to whether all relevant witnesses to a matter is interviewed is very, very worrying. And in the circumstances, somebody who's acted and dealt with a very important investigation without being able to answer as to how one would go about in this country to properly interpret law, in our view, must then lead to a conclusion that there's there's serious reservations on whether she ultimately, apart from meeting the basic threshold in terms of the qualification in law and practice in law, meets what must the threshold around being fit for the position. In terms of propriety, there's unfortunately also, I think, as the Honourable Breitenbach has indicated, also lingering issues. I think she was at best evasive when asked about her time at the NPA, as well as when she was a special advisor to the Minister of Home Affairs. And therefore, I think it's also important at this stage to put on the record that even though we were not, of course, in a position to confront her with that, the fact that community members of the Ntambankulu municipality after the interviews have made contact with us to claim that, contrary to what Advocate Kaleka claimed during her interview, she has not visited that municipality personally to investigate their plight when crossing the river, completes a picture where, from our side, we have very serious doubts about her propriety. And therefore, we can't support her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Vessels. Honourable Vessels.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, we have a problem, in my view, and that is that in this whole process, we have the responsibility to protect the legitimacy of the office of the Public Protector. And the public confidence in the Public Protector is paramount to also the legitimacy of our constitutional democracy. And in such case, it's not taking the better of the lot, but it is, or to put it in another way, it's not to settle for the better of the lot of candidates just because there's a lack of someone better. We should get the best person to occupy this office with an unblemished record and someone who will instill public confidence, or restore rather public confidence in the office of the Public Protector. I am not convinced through the interview that the current acting Public Protector has the capability to restore that confidence. There's unfortunately a cloud and a question mark with regards to her impartiality, regarding decision making. And I think that would be, to appoint her, would be to the detriment of the office of the Public Protector and to our constitutional order. And I can thus not support her appointment. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Vessels. Honourable Mananiso.
Thank you, Chairperson. One must say that I want to fully support that she be given an opportunity to be the PPSA, to lead the PPSA, and on the basis that when I was asking her questions in terms of the program of action and the special project that she would bring in the office, she articulated to issues that needed to be part of the solutions that the PPSA is looking at on issues of wellness, issues of dealing with internal and external environment. She actually outlined in terms of what is her plan if she were to be given this opportunity. And I'm actually covered mostly by what Honourable Tlhape have said in terms of her being equal to the task, and she has demonstrated that throughout as well on the interview. And lastly, Chairperson, I think I was very pleased by how she responded on the issue of digitalization when she was asked by Honourable Vessel in terms of things that she would bring forth as the public protector, and as well the issues of accessibility, the way of innovations that she's bringing in terms of public-private partnership, and as well making sure that business become part of the public space in responding to issues of accessibility to people who are at the rural areas. So I think we need to give her that particular opportunity, lastly, on the basis that she's young and she's African and she believes in non-racialism, non-sexism, and a free democratic country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Soma.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. You know what? It's quite unfortunate that we're discussing this name. Unfortunately, outside there, some of the individuals had already had a predetermined position against this name. And I don't need to be assisted through you, Chair. We're not a church. Thank you very much. But also, Chair, which I will always, even tomorrow and now and yesterday, refuse to agree to a subtle notion that seeks to suggest that if you are a public servant or in the public entities under the leadership of the governing party, you are wrong, you are not fit and proper. I will refuse that because I will be brushing everybody in the same brush with the same paint, which is very unfair. By virtue of, there is a perception that if you don't give a person to prove herself, if she or he is a deputy, and you don't, when the opportunity comes to be interviewed, then there is a challenge there. But however, we did a correct thing, Chair, for her to affirm or de-affirm the perception that we would have created about herself as an individual. For me, sitting in the same interviewing panel as a collective, she did respond, even a very uncomfortable questions that I would have ordinarily as a person this side would have a difficult to explain myself on them, and even the understanding and innovation and the turnaround strategy. And also, Chair, if you act, you don't have half powers, you act in totality. Hence, she was supposed to do something. And I refuse a notion that seeks to suggest that she was supposed to be lame duck and do nothing, because we would on the same breath say that she's not fit and proper for this position. Thirdly, Chair, for me, the mere fact that almost all of them except one did say that they vote. They are not neutral. The mere fact they vote for somebody which is the political party. But it's none of our business, that one. And we respect the individual positions as it were, democratic rights that are enshrined in the Constitution. Therefore, Chair, for me, in its totality, even to save the cost in the bleeding institution, she has demonstrated she's done that. And for me, she's fit and proper to be the 2023 and until the next 7 years, Chair, to be a public protector, let alone that she's an African. It's got nothing to do with that. She demonstrated that she does have that intellect and legally and also understanding our society and what they expect from the public protector. All sectors and the motive forces of this country, she did speak to them. And for me, I'm happy and agree with Honorable Klape. Thank you very much, and other members, including Honorable Ndabezi Tushengo. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Soma. Is Honorable Chaji.
Thank you, Chair. I chair, and it's very important to speak on this. Until Advocate Kalega came and we interacted with her, I was worried whether we would have a candidate. I was worried. And she dealt with my worries. In the hour and a half she sat there, she completely dealt with those worries. Because I want to base my comments on the interview. Because on the interview, Advocate Kalega had a very charged interview. and maintained her calmness without being stingy with the responses, because that office is a charged office. You need that kind of a performance. I think she did that. Of the many of the questions that were asked, I was able to only note one question that she admitted that she would want to go and study. That was the question from Honorable Horn about the case that he put to her. She would have responded to all questions, whether you like her response. She dealt, because you might not like how she responds, but she responded to all questions. Because I think it's important that we avoid briefcase outcomes. That it doesn't matter what she said. I had my mind made up, kind of issue. Advocate Galeka demonstrated that she has both the character and the capability for that office. Throughout the interview, she demonstrated that with beyond any doubt from where I'm sitting. I was amazed, and I must make this point. I was amazed that in 3.5 years being a deputy, about the level of readiness, that here you have a younger woman, and I even said she's the youngest she's not one of the youngest, she's the youngest of those that came in front of us, and she performed beyond all of her peers who were here. So I was really amazed by the level of readiness to take over the mantle of being the public protector of South Africa. In relation to this issue of fitness to hold office, you would recall that this is one of the questions I would have posed to many candidates, and I would have referred those candidates to a case law of the General Bar of the Council and Nongobo Jiba. And one of the characters that are raised there, and I'll list a few of them, is the issue of integrity, is dignity, is capacity, is objectivity, and respect for legal order. Advocate Koleka Nompilo Galeka meets all of those. Not only in the interview, but when she related her own kind of journey, whether she had to deal with the Richard Mdluli matter at even a younger age. She's demonstrated those kind of issues. And so from where I'm sitting, we have a public protector. She's not just appointable. After her interview in the Yankee bus, she occupied the front seat. She kicked the door and occupied the front seat as a new public protector. I so move. Thank you.
Thank you very much, colleagues. I wish to add my voice in support of the name of Advocate Galeka. And I've counted the names of the colleagues, members of the committee who spoke in support of the name. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 members of the committee spoke in support of the name of Koleka Galeka. I can
So you
say
mean 6 ANC members and one IFP?
no. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Yes, that's my observation of the process, and I'm sure we can then declare that as a vote. But I want colleagues to comment.
No, I have a question, Chief. Sorry. Did you count any of the others, or just this last one?
No. I'm saying people who colleagues who spoke in support of the name. Oh. All right. So I now put the name of Advocate Koleka Galeka as a candidate that we will recommend to Parliament for approval. And if, of course, it receives 60%, it will then be submitted to the president for appointment. All right. Yes, colleagues, over this, President.
Thank you. We just have a comment to make. Kindly note that we do not support that recommendation.
Thank you. Maude?
Yeah, Chair, please register the objection of the EFF on the name. Thank you.
And any other? Honorable Vassals?
Likewise, Chair.
All right. Is there any further objection to the name? No. No further objection of the name. All right. Okay. So the name is adopted. Colleagues, thank you very much. We've worked as the minutes, all the minutes of the committee. Oh, the report is ready. All right. So we do have the draft report. Okay, colleagues, can we then take a short minute break? No. Yeah, so that the report is ready for adoption. In the meantime, we can look at the minutes. All right, we have 3 sets of minutes. Right, minute of the 22nd of August. I take them as read. Do I get a mover and a seconder? First, are there any corrections to effect? Yes,
yes, Chair. I had tendered an apology, but I've already spoken to War Romano. He will sort it out. It's not reflecting on the
on the 22nd. There is.
Oh yes. Sorry,
is.
I think it's for the 23rd. My apologies, Chair.
We will correct the minutes accordingly to include your name and the apology.
Thank you, Chair.
All right. And yes, Honorable Soma.
Since Dr. Gonda is happy that her name reflects on the 22nd of August 2023, I move for the adoptions of the minutes.
The minutes are moved for adoption. Any seconder? Honorable Makwanisha?
I second, Chair.
Seconded. Any objection? No objection. The minutes are duly adopted of the 22nd of August. 23rd of August, interviews. First, any correction?
Chair?
Yes.
Just the correction around my apology. That must reflect, please.
That will be noted.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. With that, can I get a mover? Chape?
Chair, I move for adoption of the minutes of the 23rd August 2023 as true reflection of the deliberations.
Thank you very much. Any seconder? Honorable Lesoma?
I second, Chair. Thank you very much. As moved by Honorable Klafe.
Any objection? No objection. The minutes of the 23rd are duly adopted. And the 24th of August, I present the minutes of the 24th of August for correction first. No correction. But of course, we note the name, or we do have the name of Dr. Konde, the 24th. All right. I present the minutes for adoption. Who seconds? Mananiso? Move for adoption. Seconded by, are you proposing we exclude certain names from the minutes? Honorable Mokwanisha.
I second the proposal, Chair.
The minutes are seconded as duly presented. All right. So we have come to so we're now waiting for the report to be presented. All right. Yeah, it's our report, and
We're the registrar of this committee.
and
That's Alfred. You understand? No.
colleagues, I'm sure it will assist to take a covered break for 5 minutes. No, but since when has the chairperson been defied like this? We can fight it. All right. Or we can share it electronically. Come again? Instructions from home. not reading, just talk to it, not reading.
Your laptop.
Can you read? We can. It's a short report, it's about six pages.
I think Christine can just provide this.
Move. She wants to say something. Okay. No, you'll comment at the end. Yeah. Yeah. No. You'll comment at the end. Just note whatever error you want fixed. Yes. Yeah. At the end, there is it. Yeah. Just you are noting those errors, and we'll come back to them. Right, the report is presented. Let's go to page 1 for corrections. Deal with corrections, page 1. Corrections, the visit on page 1.
Yes, on page 1.
Yes, the visitor.
The item A, the other party should be 2, not 1. Yeah. Otherwise, it makes 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chairperson. Mine is on B, that the committee consists further of 14 further non-voting. I think the further after 14 must be removed.
Any other on page 1, page 2? Page 3? Page 4? Page 5? And page 6? Yes, Chris.
Sorry, there were just some mistakes in paragraph 4.
Paragraph 4 on page 6, huh?
On page.
And page 5. This you mean this paragraph?
Yes, just the last 3 bullet points, the dates are not correct. So it's the 23rd and 24th to conduct interviews.
Yes. 23rd and 24th. Eh?
And then on the 29th, to conduct deliberations and to adopt the report. We don't know whether we're going to have another meeting, so.
Right. All right. Colleagues, these are the Mr. Aram Chaji.
There's a paragraph that's a sentence that says the interviews were conducted at Parliament. There's something I wanted to add there. Yeah, I'm not going to share the last of this. The interviews were conducted at Parliament at S12A on 23rd and 24th August. Those who didn't just stand around and do interviews. S12A. There's a space. There's a venue where we did this, not just anywhere in Parliament.
I can see the section 194 experience coming up. Yes, Honorable Mode.
Check in the report, record our objection to the name. Please.
No, we're not doing that. We're just reporting that the report is adopted, and then you'll have the opportunity to add that in Parliament.
But
And the minute itself will just reflect what you are talking about.
No, but the intention is that if you leave it like that, it's like all of us, we agree to the name. That's what it says.
No, the report is, well, I don't know. You've been dealing with this thing. It's not the first time adopting a report. Colleagues, how do we?
Report.
Yes.
So it needs to reflect those who did not support the name.
How do you normally do it? Okay, the legal section. How do you normally do it? You possess the institutional memory. Makwanisha. He says the report must list the parties that supported and that did not support. No, it would be in the minutes. She says that must be in the report as well. Is it done? Is a committee report? Yeah. Right? Is it, you wanted to assist me?
I just wanted to
read the room.
Chair, I just wanted to say that in terms of Rule 166, that deals with reporting, it says that if a report is not unanimous, it's not a unanimous report, it must specify in which respects there was no consensus.
The report is unanimous. All right. So no, it's fine. Maybe let's specify where that there was an objection, right? No. All right. So we'll fix that and include that. Yeah? So we're adopting the report with that amendment. Oh. How will the amendment read? No, we'll simply record the objection of the DA and the FF and yourselves. Right. All right. So with that, I present the minutes. The report. Can I get a mover? Lesoma.
With that understanding, Chair, I move for the adoption of the report. And if I say with that, with the amendments that have been inserted to the
Thank
report.
you. And the Honorable
And the
Judge?
specific name.
I, Kubudile Richard Ganji, support.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, the meeting stands adjourned. Thank you very much for your time.
Takeaway lunch outside.
There is a takeaway lunch outside. Come again? No, the meeting adjourned.
Forever, we like Sakopana forever. Ooh. I should say this. Oh, done. Do you want us to come close?
When was this?
In high school.
Oh, you were getting hit on in high school?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Wow. This guy. And also, we're famous too, so it's very different. It's not like, I get what you mean.
You're handsome, you're famous, what's going on?
Don't lie. Chief, I'm not famous, bro. No.
Love Chris Excel, man. That's my fighter.
Oh.
Nah, he'll turn against you one day.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, but for now, we're good.
It turns. Sunini Sumon Suga make G trending on Twitter.
Anti-establishment.
Yes.
People are tired, so we're bricks.
Yes.
Where's the man? Where's the man?
Where's the bricks of
As long as you pull us, he pass forward. As on go, we pass sideways and backwards. You get nails like him. So what I'm saying is that for me, I want the country.
You know, I was so skeptical to upload last week's episode, man.
What?
It was a mess.
It felt like a mess.
The Monday episode.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
The broadcaster in me was like, this is pop, my man.
Nah. How's the feedback?
No, people loved it.
Mhm.
Everyone in the room was like, upload. But you guys, you're dropping our standards, guys. We have to maintain the standards. The standards are high.
I remember calling Neo on Sunday also. I was just like, Neo, how are you feeling about the episode? You know, it's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
Pele, have you seen how many podcasts are coming for us?
Hey, guys.
That's what you get, for being the best. You're the standard. You're the target.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What you got in there, Dudu? What did you bring us? Dudu?
Dudu brought
And where the man's
groceries.
heart is.
Through his food.
Groceries.
She brought me food.
Did you bring food?
A woman after my heart.
Why only for so? What about us? Yeah, born again.
Yeah,
born again.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, born again.
So did you
So you
bring anything for me on Mac?
Hey, what about our stomachs?
Oh.
Hey,
Ah,
Shota,
Turns your heart.
Nyabonga baby.
hey. Hey.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are back. Dudu's here. Ghost Ladies here. Sopenduka's here. Black Studios here. Simpiwa is here. Fat Checker is here. Am I the only one who doesn't like the whole it's giving Zimbabwe vibes? You know that whole thing? It's giving Zimbabwe.
Oh, I also don't like
Is that a
it.
thing?
Yeah.
I know it's giving vibes. Like it's giving what vibes? What's giving Zimbabwe vibes?
It started off this I don't know who it was. I think it was TikTok. Someone was in the Eiffel Tower and they were showing the parts where like it doesn't look great. Like it's filthy.
Paris.
Yeah, Paris. Yeah, it's filthy. There's like hobos everywhere, and they're like, "Ah,
is giving Zimbabwe.
Ah, that's foul, man.
No, that's foul.
We have
man.
a lot of homeless people here as well. Every
Exactly.
country has that part of them. Why Zim specifically?
And Zim is such a beautiful country, beautiful people.
Zim, bro, always.
Why couldn't they say it's giving New York? You know, that fits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember how you guys were then were disappointed? Hey.
They want to flex. We've never been to New York. We don't know.
It's overhyped, my man. There's nothing there, dog.
For real. But that's the thing. Every country has that part, you know? Jersey, it's giving Jersey vibes. I mean, have you seen Jersey, the city, Jersey town?
Man, they went straight for Zimbabwe.
Guys.
I don't like
that.
that.
Must be in Zimbabwe.
I wonder
if it's just a joke also. Can we also just laugh at it?
Yeah, no. So it's just a joke. I saw this thing on my WhatsApp status. It's so funny. Listen to this. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Listen to this. Okay, wait. Let me connect. Let me connect to the roadcaster. There's so many funny things that I see on my WhatsApp, man. It's insane. But have you seen on WhatsApp, bro?
There's something else also now.
Have you seen on WhatsApp, like the status is always like very, what's the word? It's always like philosophical life advice. It's always very serious. Like, get up and do it.
Sometimes it's just jokes, but yeah.
No, it's not jokes,
even
bro.
jokes.
If you go on your WhatsApp now, you'll see something about God and how you need to wake up and go for it. Yeah. And if you're struggling, go on your WhatsApp now. You'll
People
see.
are going through the most. People need motivation. People want to give motivation. People lack motivation.
Yes. Like, go on your WhatsApp. The first thing you'll see. If God has something for you, then it's...
Yeah, there's a scripture. You know, you get those.
Who tried the song?
Yeah, what?
You better change now.
How? Tinker. She just posted. Yo. Once you start calling her baby in the relationship, you can never call her by her birth name again, because apparently that's an insult. There's no motivation here, man.
But I'm telling you, here's one. The right people hear you differently.
Who's that?
Sticks, some friend of mine.
Oh gosh.
It's always motivation.
But generally, you're right. You're right, though.
It's always like sad.
People are going through the most, bro.
Hey?
Then you also get jokes.
Yeah, but the jokes are far and few between, man.
People are going through the most, man. Like, for real.
Nah.
People are going through the most.
Yeah? What's going on there? Fact check, what are you saying?
I'm trying to...
See, here's another one. The best revenge is no revenge. Move on. Be happy. Find inner peace. Flourish.
Love yourself first, because this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Wow, boy.
You're right.
Forget what this world tells you. You can be kind, humble, honest, love God, and be successful.
I've got one here. Start your day with prayer. You never know what it will block.
Yes, that one is big. Start your day with prayer.
Angelic says, just try.
In the morning, trust in God. In the evening, thank God. Make him truly the first and the last.
People are going through the most, man. But let me play you this thing that I saw. Here it is. Are you listening, Pedro? Listen to this. This is so funny.
Yeah, Baba.
Sure.
What is Taban?
Bang suge. We are not complete them children. We are not complete foot the winner one next stand. We so lot
Hey, Baba. You should not be forgetting time. I got to see what is Taban.
Oh.
Hey, Baba.
Sure.
One night send Johnny.
That's a good one. What's that one?
Listen to the way he says, Maksugel, may you nice stand pela. I'm going to walk off.
But people won't go by.
Sure.
What is Taban?
Bang suge. We are not complete them children. We are not complete foot the winner one next stand. Bekusuka lodwa ebusuku futhi bengidaliwe.
Hey baba. Ngisho uma befaka i-airtime mina ngasekusini bathi sitabane.
Wait, I'm lost at what is it about? One fagi airtime to Starbucks. What's the set?
Star what?
Oh,
So yeah, those who know who Starbucks.
Yeah, and now you just feel that.
Hey, but what's again? What's
He's
again? I mean, one night stand. Food drink doggy.
Meanwhile, ask me something else.
Have you ever been hit on by a guy though?
Yeah, I have.
Me too.
I think he was going there. I stopped them.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we were at a camp, at a psycho camp done by psycho, South African accounting, whatever. And I
Wait, you at a camp?
Yeah.
When was this?
In high school.
Oh, you were getting hit on in high school?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Wow. This guy. So we're at a camp, right? And then they've picked like 3 kids from my school, other schools, random schools, you know what I mean? And it's a camp in Sabi, in Mpumalanga. Tutuga camp, they were called Tutuga camp, and math and science camp, as well as accounting. And all the kids doing okay, because got potential, get picked. And then this dude, we were cool after him cheat, you know, square, hola. Obviously, we just met there and stuff, you know. Then he starts saying, "You look handsome." I'm like, bruh.
He doesn't know you, this guy.
No. Like, dude, we became like friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We
Was he
became
from
like
the same
friends.
school? Or from
No,
different? Oh.
you know, just like we meet there, all our sharp, or you know,
Okay.
you know how much they can become friends, like 2 seconds, you know,
Yeah.
like feel that pincham. Kanti the vibes, then it starts complimenting me once, okay. Then when it got to handsome, I was like,
you're overreacting. Oh, come on.
Have you told Catmaster you're handsome?
No, I haven't, but if I were to, there's nothing wrong with that. I could say it to
met
you.
yesterday, and I said, and then I'm complimenting that you are nice, you are handsome.
So you're feeling yourself.
No, I don't think
For
so.
real,
sir.
I'm handsome.
No,
What else did he say?
handsome. Oh,
But I'm not handsome, that's the thing. But I'm not handsome, I know that.
he was feeling himself.
Yeah, he
that's
was
right.
Look, as a way of saying, Empanacho, you look great. I'm one, I compliment people, you know what I mean? You look good, you know? Oh, boy, dapper, you know what I mean? Or something, but looking me in the answer, you're handsome.
Yeah. So did you move away from him when you said that?
No, I just be like, this situation is weird, man, you know?
Yeah.
I respect your choices or whatever, but I'm not.
You want to respect your choices.
I
You went
respect
there.
your
You
choices.
went there.
I'm not that way inclined. You
No,
know?
then wait, what did
Something
he say?
to that- huh?
Was he not confused? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I just said you
He
had
acted
something.
confused, obviously.
Alwena sola.
I could have tried his luck. No, he's trying his luck. So obviously, when I catch him trying his luck, he's not gonna say, you got me, boy. Boy, you know, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna act like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm like, nah.
Did he touch you? Did he what?
Yeah.
What was so?
He didn't touch me.
So you, I don't think you're telling us.
Did
there's
I lose
some-
a good friend? Did I lose a good friend?
You did.
No,
I had some. We just met today morning. I'm handsome.
It's a compliment, dog. Take it.
Oh, and
I
yes, I
know I
feel
want
like
to take it. That's the thing. I don't want to take anything of his.
I feel like maybe there's some parts you're not telling us. There's for you to felt that way. Then maybe there's things that he did that
I can't remember right now, but after that statement, everything else, then obviously you're gonna analyze all the nice things, and you'll be like,
What did he do? Also, what had he done?
He was just very nice, you know, like too nice, like. But I was young also, like maybe 16, 17. But that's my one memory I can remember being hit on by a guy. And then I think I have been hit on by a guy before. I just can't remember now because it didn't traumatize me or stay.
I remember there was a time when me and my cousins, like back in the days, we were going to a gig with Shimza, right? So I'm driving and then Shimza's at the back with my cousin, right?
Yeah.
And then my cousin was fucking around with him. He kept brushing his thigh. He kept saying, "Oh, she hit me," and then Shimmy started getting mad. He kept saying, "Hey, I'm sorry. You see this friend of yours? I mean, this cousin of yours. I'm gonna fuck him up." And he kept brushing it.
But there's niggas who play like that, and it's always weird. There's always niggas who play like that. But it's always like that's a weird way of playing, also, you know. Unless you act like you're playing and you are not really expressing. And I think it's a subtle way of guys trying to, you know, communicate the idea that they may be.
It's just banter, man. It's not that serious. It's just banter, though.
For real?
Yeah. I don't think my cousin want to do something with Shimmy. Come on, no.
Why would he? All guys.
No, he was just fucking around in that moment.
Wow.
It's still a weird way.
Have you ever been hit on by a girl, lady?
By a girl? No, but remember, us girls, you don't. You know how girls, when someone is drunk, you know, you have that friend that is like when they get drunk, they wanna kiss.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it's like I mean, you know. So it's that, but I don't think that they're necessarily. So, but I think we girls are more expressive. So it's.
So when you got drunk, you've never kissed another girl?
No.
Wow.
I don't.
Dude, let's not even ask Dudu. That's every weekend.
I'm sure Dudu was dropped off by a girl right now.
I remember I was at a club once. Gay guy came up to me. He's like, "Let's go to the bathroom. I'll suck your dick." I was like, "Oh no, I'm cool, man. Thank you very much." But that was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. What's his name?
You see, that's straightforward, not like
Sakile. Wow,
Oh shit! Have you ever wondered, dog?
What did you say?
No, I was like, no, I'm cool. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Have you ever wondered, man? Maybe it's just me, man. Have you ever wondered if a girl gives good head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever wonder, like, where did she learn it from? Like,
I've said something like that before.
Hey,
there's always a part of you that thinks that.
Nah.
There's always a part of you.
Like, where does she learn this from?
Oh, okay.
Yes,
With
there's
all
always
the
a part of you.
training and all the, you can research.
Oh, how do you research sucking a dick?
And then you need
Yeah, you can go on Google right now.
That's theory. Then you need
Perfect way to suck.
Then you need a practical.
Yeah.
Then you need a practical.
Then there's Pornhub for that.
Some can say any Pornhub, but then you need practicals. That's theory, right? And then you need practicals. Who ends up practicals now as a student?
So what if the practical is the first day and then obviously then you master it? So then it's like you did the practical, so did the practical with you and then I mastered the whole thing.
No, there's girls that are good. You can tell she's got some
you see,
hours and minutes under her belt.
and yo, no, for real. He's right. And that's the reason why some girls don't want to be super free with a guy because of they are scared you'll judge. You'll be like, hey, from the super.
You think so?
You know what it's like when you're coming back home from, like, let's say I had a gig, you know, in Botswana, for example, or wherever, and I'm out the country or I'm not home for 4 days, 5 days. Those are the times when you come back. That sex, you must not try anything new because it'll be fundeni.
I used to know.
I fear that. So, and I'm like, today are different. And I'm just innocent. I didn't get up to anything, but you always have that fear. It's like, if your man hasn't seen you, he's gone with work for a month, and he comes back at the people, obviously you'd be like, boy, is that? No?
No, I wouldn't
Let's
feel like
be
that.
honest.
I wouldn't feel like that.
So how did you become good, Ghost Lady?
How did I-
Practicals or theory?
Okay, I've got the hours and the minutes and the time. Under my belt.
Practical.
I'm be practical.
Hey.
Yeah, the practicals were when I was with him now.
Yeah, when you're married, it's different. Okay, let's ask Fat Checker.
Yeah.
She's
I'm just saying
married.
it's the same. Like, it's okay.
Fat Checker, I'm sure you're good, right? You know you're good, no? Are you good, yes or no? You don't know if you're good or not.
I don't know.
But do you have minutes under your belt?
Dozens.
Seconds.
Nah.
Okay, seconds, not minutes. I have yeah.
So did you watch
Seconds.
Pornhub
Also, you
and
suck
stuff?
once and then you come for seconds.
Did you watch Pornhub like Ghost Lady?
No, you don't learn from Pornhub. No. You
So-
just
You do.
Nah, not really. Because okay, I'm not gonna disclose much, but there are those specific people who don't want it with teeth, others who'd want you to bite and stuff.
But you have to do it with teeth and bite first to know. No, that's not how you do it.
You get me? And then as time goes by, you start understanding.
These guys want you to bite.
Not.
It just demonstrated, like
not bite, but like to have the teeth like grooving. Yeah.
Grooving! Hey, that's giving Zimbabwe. That one.
It's giving.
Oh, that's
It's grooving. Yeah, they're grooving. Yeah, it's grooving.
Yeah.
Check out what a group back.
I think also you ask the person that you're with like what do they prefer and what they like. I don't think it's that much of like something to master. It's just like, okay, once you're with the person, it's like, okay, do you like it like this? Yes, whatever, you know?
No, there's a skill, man. There's girls that just get it without even saying anything. They just know what to do.
And to be honest, I would rather prefer she's good and I know that she's maybe had years of experience for her to get this good than there's nothing adorable about someone giving bad head. Also, you know, so like, she's a virgin, boy, she's bad head. You know, it's like, I'd rather have, you know, her be like, yeah, okay, she's been around, but it's good. Because at that moment, you're enjoying the pleasure. It's your pleasure. It's all yours at that moment, and that's what matters, bro.
But are you not missing the parts where are we talking about just, this is a one night stand, whereas obviously you must come correct and stuff. But if it's a relationship, guys, there's the longevity of the relationship and the getting better. And
you learn, that's
you
fine
learn
also.
each other, so.
But why does it hurt more if a girl is cheated on you and she's like, yo, fuck this guy. You're like, oh, fuck, why did you do that? And then she's like, I sucked this dick. Hey! That hurts worse, bro. You don't think so?
So if a girl cheated on you, you'd prefer just getting smashed as opposed to dick suck?
Yeah, bro.
It all hurts, bro.
But sucking dick, no.
It all hurts, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna kiss her now.
Hey, imagine, dog.
But the thing is, and that's a fucked up thing, right? Because already before she was
girls
with
just
you,
must never tell, man.
Eh?
That's the best way. Then girls just don't ever tell.
Yes,
if you're so fragile about it, you know, unless if you know that it's gonna hurt you, then okay, go ahead. But if you know, okay, this is going to, you know, it's gonna forgive you for just sleeping and just having the sex, it's fine. But if it went to oral, then you're gonna have a problem. Don't tell them.
and also like. It's weird because of, like you're saying, if she cheated on you and she sucked someone's dick, you're uncomfortable with it. But coming into a relationship, she'd already sucked other people's dicks and you kissed her before you even fucked. You kissed her. But it's weird if it was during your era.
It stings, man. It stings, bro. It stings. Imagine, right? I come to him like, I fucked your girl. Sharp. And then I come to him like, your girl sucked my dick.
Yeah, because sucking dick, why does it need to happen? You know what I mean? It's like, it's extra. It's like, did what? You know, it's too extra. It's like, it's like, ow. I get you. I get you getting fucked.
Yeah.
But now you went on your knees.
You know what I mean?
Or he laid on his back and you literally,
it's too much, man.
Just weak.
It's too
nothing.
much. It's too much, man.
Yeah.
Do you have a celebrity pass in your relationship?
A celebrity pass? What do you mean?
Like you can smash one celebrity and she wouldn't mind.
I don't.
You don't?
It's different, but it's different for us because like you could meet that celebrity tomorrow kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, and also we're famous too, so it's very different. It's not like, I get what you mean.
You're handsome, you're famous, what's going on?
Don't lie. Chief, I'm not famous, bro. No, what I'm saying is, it's too close to home. Maybe other people have that thing that, maybe. And also, you give a girl a celebrity pass because, like, what are the chances you'll ever meet them?
Okay, I get you.
You get me? But with me, it's, you
okay, so let's say you're not famous.
And the celebrities want to smash you also, so.
Let's say you're not famous and you're not handsome.
Oh, yeah. If it's not South African, I give a pass.
Who would your celebrity pass be?
As in, I want a pass.
Yeah.
To smash.
Yeah, a celebrity.
Oh, damn. Whoa.
You, Ghost Lady?
Hey, think
For me.
Yeah.
Or what Mnaga is giving me the
answer the ask. Who's your celebrity pass?
Yeah, when Naga says Nangomuntu, I'll understand.
No. I think for the pass I only have is rather be with a woman.
No, man. For the purpose of the podcast, who's your celebrity
No,
pass?
are you saying that which pass did he give me?
No, we're saying
just
now we're
me.
recording a celebrity. Who's your celebrity pass? Penduka, you don't have one yet.
I'm still thinking, yes.
No. They're trying to give me Prince KB. Hell no.
The Anthony celebrities I find like that.
No ways.
Like I wanna like that. Like Yonyamfuna. Like ngam fitiza. I'm thinking.
For me, it used to be Mihlali. And then she got with this guy, man. Something is giving Zimbabwe vibes, this guy. But then I watched
No,
Shaka.
you just saw that she's out of your league.
Now she's out of my league. Yeah, true. But I watched Shaka and Nandi. Yes.
Nomzamo.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Okay. You know what that happened, what that led to?
Yeah.
Remember when you said you'd like Mihlali, then for your woman said you're not going to ever interview Mihlali. Now we're not going to ever interview Nomzamo.
No, she doesn't want to come. They both don't want to come. I don't know why, but anyway. So you got no one. No one.
I'm thinking, bro.
Come on.
Talk about who have I spoken about? The Spiwe?
Sure.
At the moment, no one.
The Blue Bombo's sister, the twin sister. You
Brown. Yeah, there was a period. I could have. Yeah, there was a period.
London?
Yeah. London.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be London. If there was ever to be a pass, London.
She's your type, eh?
Yes. It is very much it would be London. Very much. Oh.
For me, it's like your American basketball players. Just.
Which one? There's so many.
Trying to. That's how I don't watch.
Zion.
Who's Zion?
Oh.
No, I don't know. Like,
You don't
know? One of them.
LeBron.
Yeah, but he's got that like out marry LeBron. Like he's that.
Yeah, it does look like Naga.
Yeah.
It looks like Naga.
Yeah.
He's there. I'm like settling down. Like, listen, yeah.
So your pass, you'd go for an American Naga.
That's a cop-out, though, to mention an American. We want local people. People we know that we can meet tomorrow.
Hey.
Okay, the guy who plays Shaka.
Which Shaka?
No,
the grown-up Shaka.
No. Shaka's dead.
Oh,
he's got that.
He's always showing his he's always like this. Okay, now he's handsome. So that's handsome.
Now that's a handsome nigga. We understand. Now that's a handsome guy. What the fuck?
Oh, shit. Anyway, Ghost Lady, what's been happening, man? What's been happening?
Oh, guys, did you hear about so it was on Twitter, talking about Pitch Black Afro. You know, he's been released from prison.
Damn.
Yeah. After he went inside for the murder of his wife then. And now people were going on Twitter about, we are going to give him the platform of coming to tell his story here. So there was that uproar. Are we going to give him, are we going to reach out to him to actually come through to the podcast?
Yeah, why not? We don't judge anybody, bro. This is a platform for anyone. Anyone can come through, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
like, we're not God.
We're not judges.
Who are we to
judge people? Look, if the president thinks he should have a remission of sentence, who are we to say he can't have an interview if he wants an interview? You know, obviously, to talk about his story, not just what happened in that room, because he was charged for culpable homicide. She died from a blunt trauma to her head. Damn. So he says he pushed her, but obviously he wasn't trying to...
They were having an altercation.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to murder her, but she ended up dead. So it was...
Let me run a poll with the chillers and ask them if we should have Pitch Black Afro or not. But that's crazy,
But
man.
I think that poll will be a yes. I feel like already chillers will say yes, definitely we can.
Should we have Pitch Black? Should we have Pitch Black
Afro?
Pitch Black Afro. How long was he in there for?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
The murder happened.
He was sentenced for 10. Yeah, but
for 10.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Jeez, man.
Doesn't that guy, the Valentine's guy, doesn't want to come out? Oscar. Does he want to come out?
Who's Oscar Pistorius?
Yeah, I heard he wants to come out.
Yeah, he's been trying to come out.
Yeah, but he keeps on getting he's been trying, but they would always extend.
Yeah,
He was
he
already
had
up
his
for
parole denied now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to like a court or something like that.
Because the family, I think they also feel like he's not been like rehabilitated like properly. He's still going through issues.
And it's very quick also to say, because I saw comments like this with Pitch Black Afro, it shows that a black woman's life is not worthy as much as a white woman's wife. But obviously, the judges the judgments are two different things. One is culpable homicide. The other one shot numerous bullets through a door. Really, you know what I mean? It's different cases as well, you know, not to say Pitch Black Afro should be out, because if it was my sister he had killed, I would want him to rot in jail,
of course.
Because there was only the two of them. And Ushayungabonda, yeah, he says he pushed her. So there was really not much evidence to say it was murder. Even if it probably was, only he knows the truth, right?
Yeah.
But the two cases are slightly different as well.
I did the poll. Remind me in like 20 minutes to read out.
To check.
Okay, cool.
But speaking about cases, Ladies Zama, can we close the Ladies Zama's Java thing, guys? Once and for all, can we just close it, man?
How do we close it?
No. I watched the interview on, I think it was trending over there. I also watched
it started. That Unfollowed show.
Unfollowed show.
With
Yeah. So she was the
Khotot.
first. Yes.
The gay Nolene.
Yeah.
That's just funny, man. That's funny. There's no need. I didn't see that coming.
Then you're gonna say the show is a mess. you start the mess. Retract. You start this. You know
why is that so funny?
You were saying, Ghost Lady, talk to us.
No. So I was watching. I was excited to watch the whole interview, and just hearing her narrate the whole story again of what had happened. You again see that, you know, you can't take away the fact that something happened. You know, you can't totally deny just because the charges were dropped, you know, in courts. It doesn't mean that this thing, whatever, didn't happen, you know. So it's just unfortunate that, and I just wish her healing. And, you know, you can see she's coming from a place of just trauma, and it's been just hard on her. And I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. She has to stand her ground also and not give up, because this definitely happened to her, you know. So we can't just say, no, we're tired of it. No.
Penduka?
Yeah, look, to be fair, you know, if Boom Cheetah, you know, if Boom Cheetah as opposed to a female would be like, yeah, you know, let's just move on from it, you know what I mean? So I think, like, let's just move on from it, you know? Because what happened to the case? It's not like Bate not guilty or, right?
It was just, I think, due to not sufficient evidence or something like that.
Yeah, there wasn't sufficient evidence.
Yes, so which means, and remember, in those cases, it does not mean the accusation or the alleged, or in this matter, the rape.
He was not exonerated.
Yes,
yeah,
he was not exonerated. It's just about evidence was not sufficient.
And very generally with those kind of cases, it's always the case. That's generally always. I can tell you now, even not the Jupe case, it may even end up like that, which there's not enough evidence, or, you know, because generally, let's be honest.
With the new 13 charges that have been put for him now.
Damn.
Yeah, Jupe, you know that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's another case that is.
For me, like with the Ladies Zama thing, right? I, as a person who maybe feels some kind of way about her, if I go and she at the stadium, she's performing, I wouldn't necessarily boo her. I'm still entitled to feel how I feel about her. With you, like a person would say, you try to ruin Java's life, you know, and the case didn't succeed, whatever. But I wouldn't bully her necessarily on Twitter. You know what I mean? I'm not saying people must now think she's an angel. Have your own thoughts, but just let her also just do her work as well. You know,
Yeah.
don't necessarily bully her on Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily boo her or spit on her when you see her. Let her go and live her life, but you're still entitled to feel how you feel about her. And if you feel like she's a witch, which a lot of people express a lot, then they're entitled to feel that way. But then it doesn't necessarily mean they must be at liberty to bully her online.
The way I see
So
it,
let her live.
the way I see it, ne? To me, while I was watching that interview, Lady Zamar struck me as someone who's got a God complex.
Okay.
And if you look at the trajectory of her career at the time when that happened, she was at the height of her career, at the top, you know? And, you know, naturally with anyone being that big, you think you are God. Like everybody's singing your praises, you release music, it's gold, you're performing everywhere, everybody loves you, right? So naturally you can feel like you're above everyone, like you're a God, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there was a point during the interview, she's like, I'm Lady Zamar. Like, how could someone do that to me? Like, I'm Lady Zamar. Like, I'm this God, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like...
I think it was to that level.
But listen to what I'm saying. So I feel like when Java went on stage with his wife, and then people started coming for her, saying she's a side chick, it really enraged her. Because now you're denting her ego per se, right? And her ego is at the ultimate high, right? And you know, like in relationships, when you guys are fighting, you'll say stuff just to hurt the other person. And then after you've come down at a later stage, you're like, shit, actually, I apologize for saying that. You know, in hindsight, I really mean it. I was just angry and I just wanted to piss you off.
Yes.
So I think that was going on with her. And then she tweeted the rape thing to get at him.
Oh, I see.
Knowing,
so in a fit of rage.
In a fit of rage.
It's you saying that example you just made.
Yeah.
In an argument, you're saying the foulest shit to hurt
the
person.
To hurt the person.
In a fit of rage without thinking, yes.
And remember at that time, like the Me Too movement was fucking booming.
Oh, the Me Too.
So she knew whatever she says about rape,
like,
he's done, right?
Me Too, yeah.
But now, she tweets it, right? After she tweets it, okay, now she's calmed down, thinking about it. But because she's tweeted it, she can't go back.
Like words,
you know what I mean? You can't go back on it. It's at a public platform. She's a woman. She's got to stand behind these women. It's a big thing. So it was from then on, I think she just had to ride with it. And she can't turn back, because if she turns back now...
if she apologizes, that's her legacy.
I think that's
what
happened.
If she apologizes, her legacy would be you falsely accuse someone of rape. If she concedes that Shane did falsely accuse them.
That's what I think happened.
That is a sound...
But you remember how when
logic,
because she only tweeted she got raped 4 days after the whole thing where Java brought on his wife.
Timing.
Boys.
I remember that event very beautifully.
So imagine she goes on social media for 4 days and everybody's saying you're a homewrecker, you're a side chick, and this is Lady Zamar, bro. She took a hit to her ego.
Damn, that makes sense. Doesn't it make sense? It's sound. It's a sound argument.
It's
no.
It's your perspective, and also it's a perspective.
Because also, you see, the thing is, and you're right? Whether it's a legit case that she has or not, the timing of it. It's like right after the biggest nights of Java's career at that moment.
Regardless,
the timing is also, I know you can press charges whenever you feel ready.
Yeah.
We get that, but let's be honest about that timing. Does make it look so weird.
No.
You're saying
it's like after Road to 1 Million, one of our exes then comes out and says something foul or whatever. You know, it may have happened, and her case may be legit, but the timing will always be questioned.
Because it's just, maybe she was triggered by that. Like, actually, here you are being celebrated and you did this to me. Because remember, even when she narrated the story, it was after she had, I think, some breast augmentation surgery. So it was obviously, she was not even supposed to be intimate with anyone, but allegedly he forced himself on her. So that's when the relationship started, and then the relationship just continued from there.
Wait. She had boobs done, and then what happened?
So she had gone to surgery for breast augmentation. So I think she was making her boobs were being made smaller.
Okay.
And obviously, doctor's instructions is that do not be intimate, do not do anything. And then I think she went to I don't know if she went to Sjava or Sjava's came to her. And then that's when the sex, the whole sexual.
That's giving Zimbabwe, man. Which
How?
which nigga is gonna have sex with a woman and her tits are hanging out and she's got surgery? Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah,
what
there's some strange
that also
people
made me
out there.
cringe. Like,
Not that he
geez, that
did
is
that, but
hectic.
there is a nigga out there.
Yeah, no, well, yeah.
Yeah, niggas have strange fetishes and stuff. So don't
Exactly.
don't rule that
No,
one off.
Aibo.
You sing about it. Come on, guys.
Unabubele, unabubele, mntwami, kodwa ngiphi, noma nobubele.
Let's go, Fed check.
You guys, okay, if what you're stating is right, now, hypothetically speaking, then why would they continue with the case at the NPA? Because she did not drop the charges. It went all the way through the investigations and stuff and was taken to court.
She's got to run with it. What else can she do? She can't say, guys, I was mad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just, I was so angry and pissed.
She's got to ride with it.
Without thinking.
And that's why the case was dropped, because there's no evidence.
No. Okay.
But it's very difficult also. Let's also be honest.
Can I
With
answer
rape
to that?
cases, hence I said even with Jub, it may end up there. Because it's very difficult to prove rape. It's just, period. It's just difficult. Unless it happened the day after. If it's years or months.
And not only that, they were in a relationship when that happened. So it could also be a matter of consent. It could have been taken into different contexts and stories. And rape is one of the most difficult cases to prosecute in court, mostly when it comes to spousals, like a couple.
Spousal, right.
Because obviously, there are those specific people or moments where you don't want to give your partner some and they take it. You get me? Do we then rule it as rape or just the fact that you were not in the mood and they misunderstood your language at that time? And the mere fact that it was just the two of them in that room and there were no evidences or witnesses present, it's very hard to actually find if
Do you believe she was raped?
I'm the type of...
Yes, no. You know, I'm the type, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? No bull.
Yeah.
I don't think it was, but I do believe that it was harassment. I do believe that she was harassed. But as to push it to the extent of rape, I don't know. You could have seen the red flags. Has he done this before? That's the question.
And another thing is, you know what these cases, you know when a celebrity is in the public eye for rape, usually, and I'm not saying it happens all the time, but usually other women will come if that's his behavior. Other women will come and say,
generally, yes.
You also did this to me.
Yes, I've been.
Then it's surviving.
Because I see two others are coming out now.
Yeah,
You see,
that's the thing.
you see.
You
see, there's always, there's always.
There's always like,
it's his behavior.
It's habits.
Yeah.
So still. Exactly.
There's always a first, though, but I'm what if I was too many what ifs now. What ifs?
You Kanye, do you feel she got raped? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. You Penduka?
Nah. As a with my own opinion, nah, I don't
because
think
she said no, and he continued. Guys, it becomes rape when someone says no. And they continue, rape. You've just crossed that line.
True, but we don't know if that happened.
The line between consent and rape is very thin.
We know the definition of rape.
No.
Kanye, we know the definition of rape. We know that spousal rape happens. Boyfriends, girlfriends rape boyfriends. Boyfriends rape girlfriends. We know. Boyfriends rape boyfriends. Girlfriends rape girlfriends. We know, right? It does happen. We know the definition of it, but I'm just saying, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like what you just said, explain now makes so much sense also, you know? Look, we're not in the room at the end of the day. We're people with our own opinions, but the timing as well, like, you know what I mean? It would seem she got triggered by that, which you just said, you know?
Yeah.
Ghost Lady, what else you got for us, man?
There was also a story Katlego Maboy's baby mama. So she took onto social media to air her grievances once more. And it's due to that in relation with the school fees for their child. And she claims that she can't afford it, like to pay it. And also now Katlego is not coming through in terms of, because he only pays half. So it became a whole, because she was just ranting like on her, was it Instagram, I think. And she just spoke about about how she's having difficulties, with, and now because he's getting this big salary and he's not footing the bill to assist with the kid, right? Especially with the school that they're going to right now. So for me, like I had this kind of, I was like in two ways. When the initial things broke down about them breaking up and how she exposed him with the whole you are cheating and obviously how it had affected their relationship. I think you see when two parties are just fighting, right? The couple. And you get into a space where you say things, again, similar to what Lady Zaman Java. You say things that are hurtful, and obviously it's like, I'm going to take you down. You'll never be able to see us and the child. I'm going to take care of the child alone. And then obviously you're almost happy at the downfall. The guy has now been able to rise up, and maybe he could have be in this thing of, you said you don't want me. You said you don't want me to see the child or whatever the things that she spoke in anger, and maybe he's still going through that. Now she has to come back and go, oh, now you're not taking care. So it's always these things that you say in anger that you have to manage yourself, even no matter how angry you are, so that it does not affect the future, because you had to think of the child first and foremost, instead of saying all of these things and now it's affecting, and look how it's playing out. She's in need of him, but you were also the one who took him down. You get it? So,
she wants him to burn.
But
she wants him to burn. Until he burns, she's not happy.
But look at it now.
She's foul, bro.
Because dude, you wanted bread out of this guy's mouth, right?
Yeah.
And also, secondly, she's not saying Uti. Is she saying Uti is not contributing, or she's not happy with what he's contributing?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Also, baby mamas must understand. Umdana way to say too, right? So we go half, right? And if I contribute something, then I've contributed something towards Umdana. Then you contribute the rest. If it's going, you must meet me halfway. So he's saying he's paying his half for the school fees.
Yeah.
She can't afford. Then let them take the kid to a school fees she can afford.
But
A school she can afford.
He's adamant that the child must stay at a certain school, and that's where the issue also started, erupted from as well.
Okay, but that's also different. Like if I'm earning R1 million, right, a month, and I want my kid to go to a super private school, I also, to be honest, can't say, let's go half and half. It's like...
You can't, yeah.
It's like, Mac, we're friends. You're the rich friend, I'm the broke friend, right? We normally go half and half on lunch or beers. And then you decide to take us to a super fancy place where a beer's $80. Surely then you must cover that bill. Because why are we here, right?
No, striped horse is only 20, I think 15 rand, I think.
Yeah, well, exactly. Then we can go half and half now, right? Honestly, if he's adamant the kid must stay in that school, then we'll put the school fees.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a nigga and my baby mama is rich and she wants the kid to go to St. Stithians and I can't afford, or Hilton College and I can't afford it, she must pay the fees.
Also, why does she like to go onto social media?
Yeah.
That's another
Because she wants to see him burn. Like, literally wants to see him burn. I mean, this could have been sorted between the two of them.
Because he responded, I think I saw a tweet, not a tweet, he responded on his post that just like, peace, obviously just...
I like, what's his name? Who's this person? Chris Excel. He tweeted. Love Chris Excel, man. That's my fighter there.
Oh.
Nah, he'll turn against you one day.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, but for now we're good, man.
He turns. Suninu Sumum Sugamekchi trending on Twitter.
They're in a happy relationship right now.
On you, man.
Nah, that nigga will turn on you. He'll turn on you just
Oh,
like that.
oh, did he turn on you?
That's why I don't even comment on his shit anymore. I don't say anything. I just watch him like do his thing. I used to until he turned on me.
Now you're a hater. We'll resolve it in court.
This is what he tweeted. That which worked very hard for Katlakoma boy to lose everything he worked hard for.
Yeah.
She didn't think for the kids. Now that the brother dusted himself off and got a second chance in life, she's coming out of nowhere to fight her battles using kids. Cease my fight.
That's
I love you.
exactly what I thought.
Sunuga solve.
You want a Chris? Watch, gonna make it trend. He's gonna make it trend again. Soon as all we're trending Monday.
Okay, just to correct, apparently, according to IOL, he does not pay.
Hey, shout out to IOL, man. first good publicity we got in 3 years.
There, you can see that. Yeah, shout out to IOL. Yeah, IOL. Shout out IOL. Yeah.
Got a charismatic Max G. Got a
Shout out, man, Dr. Iqbal.
According to IOL, she states that he does not support financially at all. It's not open.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. You see, that's the thing. We don't have the receipts. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
He doesn't want no smoke, man.
Yeah, and also maybe she's not happy with the amount. And also, guys, if Umuntu, because she did mention he earns 6 figures or whatever, if he earns 6 figures sharp, but Mali no kulusumdana also, you know what I mean? Let's not act like kulusumdana. Oh, yeah. Let's not act like kulusumdana. What I earn no kulusumdana. Siyawazi Mali no kulusumdana. Askulisana. You know why? Like, you dude, okay, if a nigga is earning 6 figures, and then, for example, he contributes, let's say, 30 squato, right? Which is a lot. Then the woman still won't be happy because she's comparing what he's contributing to what he's earning. Meanwhile, he's got a new woman. He's got his own life. He will probably have his own kids as well outside of baby mama that he needs to take care of as well. Is he contributing enough is what matters. But ladies seem like, no, element of it, they want to make you pay, you know? They want to make you, it's like you're paying X tax, you know what I mean? The tax for being an X.
Yep.
Because it's like they want to make you pay. There's a sinister way of wanting to make a nigga pay. Like, guys, we're trying to raise a kid here, right?
Together.
He must go to a decent school. He must be clothed. He must have food.
True.
You know what I mean? We're not trying to harm one another because of things didn't work out between the two of us. And I'm getting a lot of that with her.
Yep.
Yeah.
To begin with, we shouldn't even be here because she wanted him to be out and broke with nothing. Yes, arrested. We shouldn't even be here because if she got what she had wanted, that man would be in prison or something.
Yeah.
The man would be untouchable. He'd be blackballed and blacklisted. No one would touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
So, like, we shouldn't even be here.
Yeah. Shout out to Samkelo Maseko as well as Zimasa Mustafa Vabaza. Vabaza, ne?
Vabaza, man.
Yeah. Molo.
That's some girl.
They're in the building because we want to chat about bricks.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we're going to chat to them shortly. Eh? Brick. Anything else you want to talk about, Kaduga?
Nah, man, I'm good. Shout out to I haven't been watching. Have you guys been following the World Athletics?
No.
Yeah, the guy from Botswana, Letsile Tebogo, came second. I mean, which is I think quite a huge feat. So shout out to him. Unfortunately, Akane Simbine got disqualified, which is our go to 100-meter guy in the semifinals. So hard luck to him. But shout out to Botswana, Letsile Tebogo been representing, man.
Nice.
Beautiful story.
Did anyone go to 702 Walk the Talk?
Hi,
bo.
Hey, I heard it was giving Zimbabwe there, man.
I heard someone proposed it.
Serious?
Yeah. Someone proposed it. They were stuck 14 caves or something. Came with mankind and someone proposed. Crazy.
Hey, people were complaining. You know the clever blacks.
My happy to begin with. What were you complaining about that?
It was terrible. Like the organization, everybody was just dusty.
What about the cradle of mankind?
Yeah, they went to the cradle of mankind.
Yeah,
you expect to walk on a red carpet or something.
And I've been to a couple that didn't look like the ones that I'm used to.
I think it's big, yeah.
Yeah.
The talks every year. I think it's.
But they seem
Isn't it
do you know how many
their
emails we get from people that work in Prime Media trying to join the podcast?
For real?
Yeah, so many, bro.
Hire them all.
It's a sinking ship thing.
Hire them all.
Nah.
Yeah, fuck all of them. Come through. Let's walk the talk this side.
Before we chat about breaks, I gotta let you know, chillers, mark your calendars.
Oh yeah,
September the 16th.
Yeah,
we've got the Para FM Royal Heritage Festival. which is taking center stage in Thando Venda. So we're going back to my hometown.
Hey, Venda. Hey, the number's still in Venda.
We're going to be there. Podcast and Chill Network is going to be there. This event celebrates South Africa's rich cultural heritage and features the country's biggest artists. The festival aims to boost tourism in Limpopo and showcases incredible artists including Young Stana, Musa Keys, Nadia Nakai, Makadzi, Buster 929, Soul Peluka, myself, and many, many more. Grab your tickets at ticketpro.co.za. We've got a link in the description box below for easy purchase. Don't miss out. And it's my first one, but I'm hearing it's like Durban, July, but in Limpopo.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we buy the Nandoni Dam there.
There's a horse race.
No,
there's no horse race. No, it has Durban July vibes.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is Durban July without
the horses
and the POPs.
Hey, there's POPs in Venda.
There's POPs in Venda.
There's POPs in Venda. And they want geo payment now. Not e-wallet.
There's no network there. How are you going to do geo payment? There's no network in Venda. There's no network. Wow, damn this. Wow, okay, can't wait, man. Sounds fun.
Yeah, 16 September, we're going to be out there. Get your tickets. Also, Taz, in celebration of Women's Month, she's giving away 3 free readings to female chillers. Yeah, so just email tazsingsa@gmail.com if you want her to do a reading for you. Also, she's giving away 10 tickets for an event that she's hosting at Radisson Hotel OR Tambo on the 16th of September. It's called Master Your Energy in Conversation with Taz Singh. Email the same email as well if you want to win tickets. You know, Taz, we love Taz, man.
Yeah, we love Taz, big time. Shout out to Taz. She's family.
When last did she do a reading for you?
Been a minute.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't just do J&J, you know? Like, because, you know, like sometimes, put them calm, you want a reading. It becomes... You don't want to get too used to it, you know what I mean? And use it as a crutch. Sometimes just let life unfold, you know? When something is really weird, then maybe. And I haven't had that in a while. So I stay away from it. I don't want to get addicted to doing readings, you know? Like I'm readings for anything.
Sound of Freedom is now showing at State Kiniko Cinemas. This blockbuster based on a true story unveils child trafficking, and you're gonna want those tickets ASAP. This global buzz is about an action-packed film recounting the transformation of a former agent into a vigilante hero. Join Tim Ballard's courageous journey to rescue trafficked children. Jim, known for his role as Jesus in The Passion of Christ, portrays Ballard. South Africa, second after the USA, premieres Sound of Freedom with the UK and Europe from September.
Anything.
All right, cool, man. I'm excited. Please welcome Samkele and Zimasa. So we ran a poll. Should we have Pitch Black Afro on the show? 83% of chillers say yes.
Oh, wow.
17% say no. Let me read some comments. Sydney D28/6 says he's my all-time favorite artist, one of the most talented artists and yet the most underrated. Yes. Sifuti wena duduzile yega lento yako yogu sklelela abantu engisabazi on the Thursday episodes. Please invite Pitch Black.
Is that you rap like Pitch Black Afro?
Dudu, please bring Advocate Mkwebane because media has an agenda towards her. So surely everyone would love to hear her side of the story from a huge platform outside of captured media. Who's that advocate? Do you know?
The public protector, outgoing.
Oh, the outgoing.
Yeah, she's only done when now. Now in October, ne? It's now, yeah. So outgoing, yeah, public protector.
Do you think you should have her?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, why not?
Definitely.
Why not?
Yeah, they'll love her.
You'll get firebombs on the current administration. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Smolanyana or big skeletons. So boom.
All of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Samkele Maseko. He's a seasoned journalist and social commentator and media maverick Zimasa Mustafa Vabaza. So the reason I wanted you guys on the show today is to talk about BRICS, because I've seen on my status people are getting excited. I saw someone saying, "Hey, please don't judge me when I buy Lamborghini next year."
Way ahead of themselves.
Way ahead.
So Samkele, please tell us, man, why the fascination about BRICS now? Because it's been around for about 17 years, right? Yeah.
Look, the fascination about BRICS currently is that there is a need for an alternative. If you look at the current payment systems and financial systems across the world, they're largely controlled by the Western countries, and in particular the United States of America. You look at the SWIFT system and how it's left the people of Russia down and out. And for the first 2 months, Russia struggled. But today, if you go to Russia, those Russians are telling you that we need to make this work, and we need to make it work for ourselves. We need to create an alternative, which is pretty much something that was pushed by Lula da Silva, the president of Brazil, something pushed by Vladimir Putin, something pushed by also China. You look at the payment systems in China and how China has revolutionized the payment system, particularly using your phone, where you can go and purchase a lot of things using a similar social network.
Slow down. It's a podcast. It's talking like it's on radio. There's 5 minutes to talk.
Some kind of, we've got 2 minutes.
You're going live.
You're going live. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Good luck. Go. Breathe. Breathe. Have a sip of
grandeur.
Lay back.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We want to hear you, bro.
Yeah. We with the friends around the brand.
Well, I think to make it a little bit also simpler, you've got to kind of give Abantu like simple analogies for them to understand what is BRICS. BRICS are guys who and people, groupings of countries that were tired. Think of it in a school context. You were getting bullied by this group of guys, and those guys, because they were picking on you because you were singular, it was just you. You can't walk past those guys, and like all the time, you're getting hassled. So suddenly you decided, look, there's actually quite a lot of us who are undergoing the same sort of like discrimination, bullying, whatnot. Why don't we just walk past these bullies together? That's how it started. So 5 guys decided, let's just walk together. Common interest. We feel like we're not getting enough from this schooling environment, and it's petegagbi. So what can we do? We can band together. We have common interests, right? Not enemies. Common interest. A lot of people think BRICS is about enemies. It's not. It's not anti-West. It's about common interests and strategic interests.
Love that.
Can you give us a breakdown, Samkele? From the inception of BRICS, because if I stand to be correct, I think we're the last to enter. Which president was it, and how did we get in the game?
It's something many people will never want to hear, especially those who are too embroiled in divisional politics. South Africa entered BRICS because entered BRICS in the tenure of former President Zuma. But Jay-Z.
Not Thabo
Mbeki. But Thabo Mbeki, through ECOWAS, was the man who planted the seed. Zuma entered us in, took us to a certain level. Then your man, the inventor, decided to take it a step higher. So in simple terms, all 3 presidents have played a critical role. 100%. And all of them deserve equal recognition. But to simplify our point even further on BRICS, BRICS is an alternative to what we are also seeing within the South African media landscape. Hence, people don't want Samkelo Masego serious on TV. They want something chilled like this. Hence, you guys are also, in a way, you replicate in a media perspective what BRICS is also doing within the broader political and economic landscape globally. Anti-establishment. People are tired.
So we're BRICS.
Yes.
Where's the man?
Where's the man?
Where's the BRICS of
Christina, Faustina.
The Stina boys.
I get you. So can you simplify? I love the way you broke that down, man. Can you simplify the currency? So what's going on? Are we having a new currency? What's going on with that?
So maybe let me take the currency thing a little bit back. I'm adding on to what Usamkelo was saying. So money is very crucial. And in the 1970s, basically America basically said our money will not be pegged to a substance like gold, right? We're just gonna go off vibes. So American dollars are vibes. It's based off branding. right? It's actually a brand because they say our military power, our interests across the globe, etc., allow them to print this money so that they can control things. Then the biggest thing that hits people outside of those that use the dollar as their currency, like America, etc., you get hit by something very simple, which is interest, my brother. If you have to understand how money is created in the system, money is created of nothing, it's created of interest. So what happens is that these guys can print money, but you have to work twice as hard to create the new money that was not existent even for them. So what you actually get is that you realize that the system is rigged. And that's why BRICS said, why do we have to trade with each other in a currency that we both don't own? And then you have to go to the petrodollar, which was basically the using dollars to buy the energy of the world, which is oil. Right? So they got all of the OPEC countries to accept dollars as the way of trade to buy crude oil. So BRICS again is asking themselves, Mara, this thing ain't sense, Buffett. Why do we have to use that guy's money to buy things between the two of us? When I own oil, I've got money of my own. So that's where currency became a necessity, right? And also the way of money moving around the planet was important. That's why some people are saying the SWIFT system, a lot of people don't even understand, but I'm sure you guys have done gigs elsewhere in Africa. So finally, a SWIFT number, right? That number actually tracks imali going around globally. And it's Western owned. Right? They're tracking it in their way. And you actually can't move money without a SWIFT number. So that's why the BRICS guys said, we must have an alternative. Listen to this. We're not fighting what you have. We are saying there must be an alternative. And that's where the currency conversation is coming. And also, we want to finance our own things in our own currency, where the interest rate, we don't have to pay in your currency, which you deem to be more valuable than ours.
But let us thank Brother Leader for that. For instance, Muammar Gaddafi, when he was still alive.
Yes.
And the role of Libya. He came up with that. He came up with that African United States of Africa, and he came up with the African currency to trade amongst African countries, which also gives credence to the incumbent president, mind you, because he also, when he came on board, in one of his first interviews, he said, "Look, we need to look at the issue of the currency and the currency that we globally trade in." And his close relationships with the Crown Prince in Saudi Arabia, which is the biggest crude oil producer in the world, and today has signed pacts with China to trade in the Chinese currency when they trade amongst themselves with oil. And with 3 oil countries coming on board to BRICS, it tells you it's a new global order. It's a shift in geopolitical tectonic plates that are shifting towards the east rather from the west.
Are we talking about physical money, or is it just the concept, the currency? Or are we talking about like
the proposed one?
Yeah. Are we talking about like, are we going to have physical BRICS money? Or
So it might, there's a couple of suggestions on the table. One of them is that it could be bond notes, right? So bond notes is primarily just government bonds that go out there. Then whatever currency you have, that bond is backed by whatever currency you have. That would make it actually a little bit easier if they went that way, because then what that would mean is that BRICS would have a bond. So the bond would then be weighted across all of the countries that are in BRICS. So we would weight it ourselves. We don't need anyone else. So then we say, our bond is X this much. Ne? Then you, as the South African, would say, we need X amount of rands for one bond into that thing. So therefore, how many rands do we need to pay to get a bond or part of a bond to buy oil from another country, from another? So we need something that basically centers us to say, your money, my money, where do we value it and how do we value it? And that's one of the ways,
But also that issue of the currency, and to simplify it on how each and every one of us, on all 54 million South Africans, can benefit from this particular BRICS, is if those 3 crude oil producing nations can trade directly with these specific nations, and in particular with South Africa, in order for petrol to be cheaper for you and I, to make it easier for us to go about our daily lives with the increasing cost of living throughout the country and the high escalating petrol prices that we are seeing day in and day out. So BRICS will not be meaningful if there is no material change and material benefit
so
to MacG and
the average guy.
Please
break down how are we getting the petrol now? How does it work now?
The current system is that we are using global markets to trade and to get crude oil into the country.
So we go to Saudi Arabia. We say we want oil.
Yes.
Well,
But
not
we
even,
have to-
not
Not
even
even Saudi, not even
We go to
Saudi.
global,
We
we
go
go
to global markets.
and they reside in global centers of power. So imagine the even in another sort of I would say understanding. The platinum that is taken here from Royal Bafokeng goes to London, to the London Mineral Exchange, and people globally buy it from there.
What the fuck? The United States of America globally has taken over the oils of many countries. You look at the oil, Nigeria is the biggest crude oil producer in the African continent, but Nigerians don't own that oil.
Yes.
It's like us with our gold. Our gold is extracted,
100%.
it leaves our shores.
It goes
Our
to a
platinum, it leaves-
centralized market.
And then we have to buy it from them.
Yes, my
Exactly.
brother. The same. Angola has oil, gentlemen, right here. To share a pipeline from Angola straight through Namibia, Botswana, Izofika, Northern Cape is a simple exercise. I'm not even lying to you. Why can't we do that? It's because they say, no, you must sell this thing there first. I call it apart, then is a bantuin.
Bullshit.
That's why BRICS is important, guys.
Okay. You say it's important, right? But the average person is asking themselves, we've been a part of BRICS for a while. How has that benefited the men on the streets, being part of BRICS thus far?
It has benefited the ordinary man on the street, particularly with the relationship China and South Africa has. China is South Africa's biggest
#1
market trader globally.
Is that thanks to BRICS?
It's thanks to BRICS, because if you look at the relations over the past 15 years, the trade between South Africa and China has grown at about 200 or 300%.
It blew up.
It blew up. It comes from 19 million US dollars per annum. And today it's sitting at about 554 billion US dollars. And that tells you that South Africa's biggest trading partner globally is China. China's biggest trading partner within the African continent is South Africa. But also, China is our direct competitor with the gateway to the African continent. Africa's biggest trading partner amongst all African countries is none other than Mzansi. On the African continent, we are the biggest trading partner of all 54. Okay, well, there's Morocco as well now. 55 African countries. We're the biggest trading partner with our problems of electricity.
Yeah. And that's important. One of the key things that came out of BRICS were the conversations around energy and how important that is. And the huge conundrum that you must realize, gentlemen, is that there's people that don't want us to actually fully realize the potential that this country has. Of course. Even as of yesterday, Clayson Monyela posted that we've discovered more gas deposits in Mpumalanga. Gas deposits. We're not trying to even look for, we will find anything in this country. It exists, gentlemen. So you have to understand that there's from the tip of from Angola all the way down past Namibia into South Africa, all the way up to Pemba province in Mozambique. There are oil and gas deposits.
Not forgetting the Free State province.
Yes, every state, even in the Karoo. Right? There's gas just sitting there, right? Natural gas. Then you ask yourself, why did we just get 8.5 billion euros? But finally, niyeke lento yecall bafethu. But finally, niyeke sol. She's a call Moshe Planet.
But also, we're exporting 60 million tons of coal through the richest coal terminal in the last financial year, which was reduced, by the way. Originally, our highest targets that we've ever hit was 90 million rather, tons of coal out of that Richards Bay coal terminal. And where is it going to? It's going to the UK,
Europe,
going to China.
Yes. They're reopening coal plants. But it's enough. Finally, let's
close ours.
Vala this thing. So if they were giving us 8.5 billion euro for us to buy coal, to pre-buy coal, I'd say sure. So but you're going via. Remember, Africa is not the one who created climate change. We are the least industrialized continent. Why should we bear the same level of responsibility in fixing the planet? Why? But we should not employ our people and should not industrialize because there's a global problem, and China said no.
Because developed countries have fucked up the continent, and now developing countries must not get way.
We mustn't build factories because factories require energy. Energy requires generation. This is what's going on.
Stifling our growth. We can't catch up. They've fucked up the environment because now they've been industrialized.
This is why the dancing Minister of Electricity's points are very important, especially when he speaks about Komati Power Station. If you go to Komati in Mpumalanga today, it's a ghost town. You go to here in Gauteng, old mining towns in Randfontein.
Yeah.
They are ghost towns. Gobi. Go to Komati power station. It's closed.
Even by
the ripple effect
is struggling.
The ripple effect of closing down Komati. Ugogo, who sells on the side of the road, who took MacG to school, using whatever those miners and workers of Komati were buying from them, took you to university. Today, Ugogo has got nothing.
I got plan.
Those who took over Gogo's stall are no longer working. Those other sectors that were benefiting indirectly at Komati are no longer benefiting. We are creating a ripple effect of unemployment and a ripple effect of poverty, underdevelopment, and unemployment.
100%.
And we are just supposed to go in with just
100%.
incision that doesn't benefit us.
So, Zimasa,
yes,
explain to me the potential of BRICS and why we should be getting excited.
Yes, I'm so excited. So the first thing that is important is that a whole new world opens for us. Here's something very interesting, I guess, about how a country like Iran has been a pariah state based off Western sanctions against it and them not wanting them to become part of the global community. Through this block that is BRICS, a country like Iran suddenly has a voice. That's one. That's one of the things. But the potential is mutual growth. This is a very weird concept for people in the West. They don't get this. In other words, if we are doing a deal together, now if I told something out of this thing, Naming told us something. Western countries have come into Africa and have only offered loans with high interest rates with terms on them. The terms are weird, Mfethu. If mina unginike imali, I would be cool with the fact that you're saying to me, I'm giving you a high interest rate when I sold. At least I know you're in it for the money. When you come in and you say, Yazin, take this loan, Mara, your sister must agree to go out with me. You go, Kanchan.
Wait, but.
So you are essentially saying that the World Bank and the IMF are here to rip us off.
Basically, because they'll come in and they'll say, you need to do X, Y things. You can no longer subsidize healthcare in your country. They'll tell you stuff like that.
You cut on social spending.
Do you know that during COVID, there was a report that came out, right? That said, when South Africa was trying to secure vaccines, they said they would repossess Lake Charles. We should put Lake Charles, which is a sessile plant in the US. They basically said, put it up as security so that if you can't pay for the vaccines, say this thing, say chat. Imagine an asset, a state asset in America.
But
doesn't do that though.
Let's be exactly.
With some
China
countries.
did that with Zambia. The port in Zambia.
Their power supply or one of the countries. China does that as collateral. Your state assets as well. They take over. That's one way they're taking over Africa block by block. Guys fail to pay their loans. China takes your ESCOM of that country.
So here's
even now in Mozambique, they've got the exclusive licensing to fish. Someone was telling me the guys can't even fish now because China owns all the fisheries and the fishing spots.
Is China not colonizing Africa?
Yes, that's
so. Okay, I want to.
Aren't we just going from one colonizer to the other with China?
So I want to have a very simple discussion around this thing. What normally happens is that when you go and uyolanda a cell phone, ne? Contract, you understand what that contract is for. This is why I'm saying with the West goes above and beyond that and tells you what you should be doing in your own country. China comes with a money-based deal. Dwana, sizokubhildela iport. Uzoispanisa le port, usinike imali. Done. If you default kuleyo nto, benzeni Sol? I'm asking.
But Ongama, how many South Africans are employed compared to the Chinese at Huawei?
What do you mean?
How many South Africans are employed?
Oh no, that case was just that was just garbage.
Okay.
That was just garbage. So what happened at Huawei, so that everyone can understand, is that they basically flouted labor laws, right? And they employed too many people from China directly. And as part of this fixing it, they then had to bring in, I think it was, I don't know if it was, I stand corrected on this. I think they brought in the whole thing with T-Systems and Robert Gumede and a couple of other guys to try and fix that situation. That's clear. We should be also, as a sovereign state, enforcing our laws. We should be. We can say, no, my brother, you are overstepping here. Bespuza sonke lan, wa ungena kwishaza. Awuthenganga shaza la. You and your person send you champagne. Ipia bamba night and you song. You understand? The thing with the world right now is that a lot of people we want to say, but are we not going to the other side? Guys, that currently have we been succeeding as just a people on the African continent?
No.
We haven't been. So why should we not try a different way? And I'm not saying to you that this is the best way forward. But if you have another plan that doesn't involve us being lackeys to the West, then give me that plan.
No, China is like a true POP.
Exactly.
A true POP.
No, you're correct. No, you're correct.
There's no funny things.
Because you are correct.
Telling
You know an area called Timbaza.
My uncle stays in Timbaza.
Timbaza was one of the hubs of textile in this country.
Yes, industrial.
Today you go to Timbaza, it's a ghost town. There's nothing.
200 plus factories. Lying. Fellow. 200 plus factories.
Because of who? Imports from China.
I want to come in on this one.
Guys, it also speaks of the leadership deficiencies
100%
within the country.
100%. We go to China to buy clothes instead of going to China to do what? To buy machinery to make clothes.
Of course.
Into this country. We make it expensive.
Your ministers, when they go to China, they go shopping in silk market.
Yeah,
No, I've shopped there myself.
Why you should be excited is that we have opened up new possibilities for things like we have access to markets. The US is spamming in day one, spamming AGOA, which is access to their markets. More markets mean that we have more opportunities to sell in those aid. And what are those key things? We have minerals, we have agricultural products, right, into this country, just like mining. So more markets for us allow for us. The simple person. Remember, there's a supply chain that there's a value chain that Usamkelo spoke about. And the more, if one business opens up and says, we now aggregate in Motimole, we now aggregate all the produce into one space. We're now going to market it. We don't need to wait because there's AGOA there. We don't need to take it to the West. We'll go to Argentina. Say, Argentina doesn't have teaser. We can now send it to Argentina. We have less barriers. Also, Africa free trade trade area, right? As South Africa, we must stop this thing of thinking that we are an island here, right? And we benchmark ourselves erroneously so on the rest of the world. And sometimes
erroneously. So,
Agama. Just put it bluntly. South Africa must stop having a big brother syndrome.
Exactly. Our ports comes from our African brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Let us have Africans. We want this.
Even with this, we must be these countries because within the BRICS establishment, Russia and China rather bully these other original BRICS members.
Okay.
And that is one of the points that Lula was pushing to say, as much as we can be reliant on Russia and China. But the most important point that we need to go back to is that original IPSA of Thabo Mbeki and Lula, of a South-South unity, compete directly with the Northern Hemisphere, because the Northern Hemisphere will not come here and be all loving and giving without them extracting more than what you get. But isn't it choosing evil? It's also an alternative. The reality is that BRICS is an alternative, but BRICS must have material benefit for everybody. And currently, as Ongama was saying, trading in the US dollar benefits the US.
100%.
And it comes closer to the point that was once raised by the SACP within the country. Solima Paila, if I'm thinking correctly, because I played never speaks much these days or doesn't say substantive issues. But on
QE. Yeah.
Some girl.
Yeah.
Are we buying Lamborghinis next year? In simple terms, we'll not buy Lamborghinis next year, but in layman terms.
Nice. Zokhala.
But with leadership.
Yes, because the biggest problem and why a lot of I say policies and grandeur grandeur sort of things fall by the wayside is because we don't have continuity. The reason why China is so bullish is that China sets 5-year plans. That it doesn't matter what kungene bani kwaphuma 5-year plan, then the next 5-year plan, the next 5. They're on their 14th 5-year plan. And they've achieved is in there was 5-year plan. They don't say sifuna ukwenza into ngo-20 tomorrow sithenga izinto no, it means that we must be fiscally responsible. South Africa as a country, go look at the budget of this country. We do not spend on things that stimulate the economy. We don't spend. We spend on ourselves to sustain ourselves.
We're a welfare state.
As South Africa, I don't think people actually understand this thing. There are 17 million plus people about they check from a government. Yes. I want that to be clear to you.
Ongama, be clear. We are a welfare state.
And we don't want to admit it, but less than 10% of this budget goes into stimulating the economy to create more things.
But that's what's happening. But also China and Russia, in particular those two countries, when they elect public representatives, they don't elect Mekti just because he shouts the loudest, he sings the loudest, it's a rally, the meticulous John Steenhuisen. But they elect people whom have done substantive things for their cities. Look at Xi Jinping. Where Xi Jinping comes from. Xi Jinping, where he was a mayor in his city, the development that he drove in his city. You look at the current Minister of Foreign Affairs, Lavrov. His Sergei Lavrov. His history. The Russian, the China, that's the Russians appointed whilst he was on a working visit here in South Africa.
Yeah.
The trajectory that those two countries push in their respective areas. If you do not perform, you are exed. Simple.
There's a throughput of administrators who understand the plan.
Yes.
Awufiki neplan. Iplan yenziwe. Uzokwenza, uzosebenza. Uvumile ukuthi nayi plan. You were at the same places. Ndifuna uyisusa mina that Ford plant that's in Mamelodi. No. The plan was agreed upon. You make sure that plant is the best plant that it can be, and you move on. And we take your success based on what you have implemented based on our plan.
He's made a minister. He's called, says, okay, you are now the Minister of Finance, or the MECU is a prison underground. To say, if you steal, this is
your fate. This is your fate.
So you know.
us.
So you know,
People are serious about leadership.
Imagine they take Malula
Yeah.
there.
Let's go Google a guy by the name of Bo Xilai in China. Bo Xilai.
Bo Xilai.
Yes. Bo Xilai. B-O and then Xilai or something like Bo Xilai. Go Google his story. Exactly what he's saying.
Beautiful.
Zaved is a color fast. And he was next, eh? He was next in line. He was next in line. Like, what you know, boy? What's going on there in your province? You're pushing his just when they investigated, but no. You, your wife, everyone, I can't.
But also,
and then imprisoned.
Must Google. The rest is history. Google, Baba. Google.
Even check ma. Check ma by us.
Check ma.
I see, guys. This is a very simple thing, right? Do you know what? I sat with Chinese people and they explained this thing to me. They said, even imali yabo, renminbi means the people's money. It means imali yabantu. So even if you check ma unemali, imali yabantu. Ayo yakho. You are a custodian of imali yabantu.
Jack Ma has been in exile from China.
Yeah, I'm aware.
He was busy gallivanting here in South Africa. Speaking too much.
So what's his crime? What did he do?
No, he went against the plan. What it is in fast, and his company Ant Group was meant to go public was meant to do an IPO on the Shanghai Stock Exchange. Then he said that at China they restrict you a lot as a company that wants to go onto global markets, etc. But plan your eyes, boy.
There's a plan.
Plan your eyes. Why would you?
Part of the plan.
Plan your eyes. Just to close off this segment. South Africa is very much and has always been in bed with China. I don't think people should think of this thing. 1953, Walter Sisulu was there to fight this thing. One of the, if not the most profitable trade on the planet was done by Quest Becker. But at $30 million by side China.
Naspers.
It's now $100 billion. It is the greatest trade of all time. Go Google it.
Naspers owns like part of Tencent, like 45%.
No, it's about 30.
Naspers
of Tencent.
Naspers to build their empire. They went to China.
Yeah.
So
That is why you will never find. There is one particular lady who used to be the CEO of Shanduka when Singoma Peremis was still
Google.
Just Google. She's now the CEO. Last I checked of Naspers Africa.
Yeah,
she used to be the CEO of Shanduka.
No inputs from me.
Some girl, let's come back home. Can we deep dive in the time frame of what this thing is going to look like in 5 years and then 10 years, just so we get an understanding of like, what are we working with here? Because obviously the dollar's not going to crumble overnight. The dollar's not going to crumble overnight, but the dollar and the Americans are fast losing their influence over global politics. That grip is other countries and other formations like BRICS as an alternative to Western forces. Western countries are not currently doing well. The UK is not doing well. The European France is seeing flames. France is seeing flames. In fact, France, their president,
he was about a gate crash. He was about a gate crash. This guy,
I'm telling you,
he was like, "Man, I'll just get to the door." He was like, I'm telling you, I know the guy. So, 200.
Emmanuel Macron, make no mistake about Emmanuel Macron. He's a visionary. And he sees that the West is being left behind.
They've overplayed their hand.
And exactly. And with them overplaying their hand and them being left behind, the Eastern Bloc is the future.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention names, but there was a recent off-the-record briefing I'd gone to. And this particular high-profile individual within South Africa says, our economy is currently intertwined with the West. We can't just dump them. But if you look into the future a decade and two decades from now, the East is the future, and the East will be controlling global economic politics. Wow, beautiful. And you need to align yourself properly and work with them.
I can't.
And that particular individual was praised in this BRICS summit. That particular individual was the one who brokered the deal because there was a standoff within BRICS that India and China don't see eye to eye. Russia wanted Iran. Iran is wanted by Russia because of the nuclear exploration. And South Africa is one of the biggest uranium exporters in the country, which is one of the issues that got the Guptas into trouble, by the way.
We are a nuclear
Uranium
superpower,
was
but
going to Iran,
slowly.
and that Iran, working with Russia, was making nuclear weapons. So with this particular individual getting praise, he is the one who then brokered the deal to say, no, we're not adding 4 countries to BRICS. We're rather adding 6. And by adding 6, Nigeria was booted out. This is when Ethiopia comes in. And then Egypt was already in the mix. But the 2 people who came in through negotiations of an astute negotiator is Iran and Ethiopia. But the question of Iran then puts one southern country's geopolitical standing into question, because people then say, because Iran is fighting with the United States of America, as Ongama was saying. And this southern tip country votes for the adoption and admission of Iran into BRICS. And where does that put South Africa's foreign and international relations alignment? Does it put you with the Americans, or does it put you with the East?
But also, gentlemen, the safest countries in the world have the biggest guns. They have the biggest guns. And I'm talking geopolitically, right?
Who's this?
They have the biggest guns. The safest places are purported to have the biggest guns. Because at the end of the day, you need nuclear power. We are a nuclear power, Tina, but slowly. Silele. We are a nuclear power. Sani Guimali to this dice.
Tommy, where did the Arabs get it right? They've never been faced by the West.
But no, they have been. You must go read a book called The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And it shows you how these guys across the world, America was doing all of these things, and how those guys decided to play ball.
Yeah.
You must play ball sometimes.